Morning, morning, morning. So we're going to get started today. Let's get into it. I want to honour your time. It's Monday morning. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you can hear me okay. So today the theme of our class is balance. So I'm going to invite you to grab an oil. Start with an oil. Just turn that off for a second. Can be any oil. Tree oils are particularly good to help us to ground if you've got any tree oils. And I'm using balance. Take a little couple of breaths here. If you don't have an oil, just a nice deep breath. Let's place one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly. Just take a moment connecting into your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And again, inviting in balance as you inhale. And clearing anything blocking you. 2 more breaths, just sighing out whatever you need through the mouth. Big deep breath in through the nose. One more. And then we're going to take a couple of rounds, 4 or 5 rounds of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, just to start. So we bring the hand into Gyan Mudra, the index finger just underneath the thumb. Sorry, excuse my dog barking. And then you're going to take your right hand, okay, so the left hand stays like this. The right hand comes up to the face. The index finger, today we're going to put the index finger and the middle finger here in between the eyebrows, the Ajna chakra, the center for intuition. Morning, Ria. And then you're going to place the thumb on the right, it's not as easy to see me, and the ring finger on the left, okay? So we switch the thumb and the ring finger. So place the index finger and the middle finger onto the thumb, our center for intuition. Then we're going to press the thumb down on the right nostril and inhale through the left. Then bring the ring finger down and then exhale, release the thumb. Inhale, same nostril. Close both nostrils and release the ring finger. Inhale, same side. Close both nostrils. Exhale, thumb side. Keep going. 3 more. Inhale, thumb side. Close both nostrils. Exhale, ring finger side. Inhale, ring finger side. Close both nostrils. Exhale, thumb side. Bring both hands down into Chin Mudra, the mudra for intuition and clarity. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears and just take a moment to breathe. So today the theme of our class is balance, and often when we're trying to get back into our groove, we have to really focus and connect to our breath. Take one more breath. And then we're going to come onto our mat. So you're going to need a block for today's class or a book, but if you don't have it, don't worry, doesn't matter. Let's come into an extended child's pose. I always like to have something for my knees, so take your knees hip distance and come into your first child's pose. Just take a moment here, just seeing how your hips feel, how your body feels. If you haven't practiced over Christmas, sometimes you can feel a little bit achy, so be kind to yourself. And then take an inhale as you come up to all fours, hands under shoulders, and start to just find some little circles here. So there may be little circles, or maybe you want to take the bones in the bum all the way back to the heels. Just feel what you need today, feeling even on both sides. Allow the belly to drop down, the bones in the bum to come up. Just releasing, opening into your body this Monday morning. Maybe take a big sigh. And pressing into your hands, press into the left hand, take your right arm up to the sky, and then exhale, slide your right arm through, bring your right cheek down, take your left arm up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, bring your left hand down onto the floor, press into it, take your right arm up to the sky, bring your right arm down, take your left arm up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, sliding it through. Inhale, press into the right hand. Take your left hand up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Tuck your toes, bring your knees under your hips and lift your hips up to the sky. Or stay with downward facing dog if your shoulders feel tweaky. Let's just bend into the leg, just taking a little look under the right armpit and then the left. Releasing from side to side. And then coming into your downward facing dog, we're going to come onto our tiptoes and bring our thighs towards our belly, pressing into our hands, hugging our upper arm bones. And then do this again. So straighten the legs, heels come towards the floor. And then bend the knees, thighs towards the belly, press into your hands. Come back into downward facing dog. And then from here, we're going to just float forward. So our shoulders come over our wrist and then float back. Float forward and float back. Float forward, beautiful. Float back. Float forward into plank. Drop your knees, drop your torso, float down onto your belly. First one, either Sphinx or if your back's very open, working with Cobra, forearms down on the floor, elbows under shoulders, lift the shoulders, check in with your back today, press into the legs and feet. Float down onto the belly. Take one more like this. Opening. Release down onto the belly. Press back into an extended child's pose. Knees wide, feet together. Take a little breath in space. On your next inhale, curling up through the spine. Coming back to all fours. Draw knees under hips, tuck toes. Coming into downward facing dog. Take an inhale and a clearing exhale. And then step your feet through to the middle or the front of your mat. Take your hands onto your elbows and have a little swing here in ragdoll. And let your hands drop down, root to rise as we come up, 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 up. Take your hands up above your head and then bring your hands to your heart. And we're going to do a little grounding standing exercise. So feet slightly wider than hip distance, connecting into your feet, into your legs. You're going to bring your hands up to the sky and your hands are going to come so that your palms, your hands press and your hands come down like you're plunging a coffee pot, okay? So we inhale up and then we exhale down through the mouth. Beautiful. It can be a little bend in the knees as you come up. Inhale, exhale down. And this is a lovely little Qigong exercise just to bring us into ourselves. And again, inhaling up. Exhale, super slow. Beautiful, Rio and her daughter. I love seeing you do yoga with us. Inhale up and then down. That's it. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Bring your hands to touch, your hands in prayer. Stretch over to the right. Back to the center. And then over to the left. Stick pose. Come back to the center, bring your hands to your heart. And we're going to come into our sun salutation. So feet hip distance. Inhale, take your hands up to the sky. Exhale, float forward. Your hands can come onto the floor or onto your shins. Inhale, look forward, straighten the legs. Exhale, come back to all fours or to plank pose. Whatever serves your body. Drop your knees and drop your torso, coming down to the floor. Hands under shoulders as you open into your cobra. Really checking in with the low back. Seeing how it feels, releasing down to the floor, pressing back. Take one breath in extended child. Exhale fully. And as you inhale, round the back, option to stay with cat-cow or to come into downward facing dog. Take 3 nice long breaths here, clearing out, pressing the hands, hugging the upper arms. At the bottom of your next exhale, step your feet to the front of your mat. Slide the hands up the legs, keep the legs nice and straight. Inhale, flatten the back. Beautiful Kora. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise. Take your hands up over your head. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Following your breath. Inhale, press palms, hands over the head. Exhale, float forward, hands on floor or blocks. Inhale, hands on shins or come to fingertips, flatten the back. Exhale, step back to plank pose or to all fours. Same exhale, float down onto the belly. Inhale, opening up into cobra or sphinx. Beautiful. Exhale, float down onto the belly. Press back to all fours. Option to take a child's pose or come straight into downward facing dog, taking 5 breaths here. Beautiful. Feel that space in the back. So sometimes it feels nice to work with a straight leg, but sometimes it's nice to bend the knees a little bit and just get the seat bones up to the sky to find a bit more space in the low back. Last breath here. Exhale, clear it out. And step your feet to the front of your mat. Slide your hands up your shins. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your hands up over your head. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. One more, inviting the light in today. Inhale, take your hands up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the legs, flatten the back. Beautiful. Exhale, hands come to floor, step back to plank pose or to all fours. Option to work with chaturanga if that's your practice, or drop your knees, float down onto your belly. Always taking what feels right for you. Inhale, cobra or sphinx. Exhale, float down. Press back, take one breath in extended child. Inhale, floating up to all fours, knowing that you can work with cat-cow or coming into downward facing dog. Beautiful. 3 breaths here. Really hugging the upper arm bones so the shoulders naturally draw back. Beautiful. At the bottom of your next exhale, step your feet into the front of your mat. Inhale, look forward, flat edge of the mat. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your hands up above your head. Bring your hands down to your heart. And we're going to take a little cleansing breath here. So I'm going to invite you to take your block and place your block. This also activates the core. So place the block in between the thighs. I'll face forward. So with this breath, sometimes we do the Bhastrika from the belly. This is a little bit more from the diaphragm. And it's a passive inhale and a more forced exhale. So it sounds like more like this. And it's a really cleansing breath to do, okay? So what we're going to do, and if you don't feel aligned with this breath, just forget about it and just do a deep breath, okay? So we're going to bring the block in. So we squeeze the legs to activate the core. And we're going to sit into our chair. So we're sitting down into our fish chair. And we're going to do a couple of rounds of Kapalabhati. So you're going to take your arms out in front of you, sit back so you can really feel those lower abdominal muscles come in. Take an inhale and then exhale. And then we're going to start. So hopefully you can hear me. So it's a Passive inhale, a more sort of pronounced exhale. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands to your heart, stand up. See how you feel. You can always just work with a deep breath. We're going to do one more round. See if you can even sit a little bit deeper. Take an inhale, exhale. Here we go. Three, two, one. Inhale. Exhale, float forward, release the block. Inhale, look ahead. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Take a breath. Drop your knees, drop your torso, come all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, Sphinx, up dog cobra. Exhale, release down. Exhale, press back to all fours. Tuck toes and press back into downward facing dog. Bring your left foot slightly to the middle of the mat. Take your right leg up to the sky, hip bones parallel. Exhale, plant your right foot in between your hands. Pivot the back foot, heel to arch alignment. Inhale, take your hands up to the sky in warrior one. So bending into the front knee, the knee in alignment to the ankle. Take your hands up to the sky. And then we're going to bring our arms into cactus arms. So the elbows are in alignment to the shoulders, the hands are wide. Take a breath here, really pressing into the feet so you're feeling grounded in the feet. Take an inhale. Exhale, arch through the back and draw the forearms together. And then inhale, open up the arms. And then again. And open. So the energy is really drawing down in the legs. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale, take your hands up to the sky. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back to plank pose or all fours. A little tuck of the tailbone, a little arching in the spine. Take a breath. Drop your knees, float down onto your belly. Inhale, cobra, or forearms can be down in Sphinx. Exhale, release onto the belly. Press back to all fours. Tuck toes, draw knees under hips. Come back into downward facing dog. Take an inhale, clear it out through the mouth with an exhale. Bring the left foot to the center. The right foot to the center. Take the left leg up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, plant the foot in between your hands. Pivot the back foot. Press down on the outside edge of the back foot. Inhale, take your hands up to the sky. Warrior one, connecting to your strength, feeling even. And then bring the arms down. So cactus arms, elbows in alignment to shoulders. Draw the elbows back a bit to open up into the heart. Inhale. Exhale, curl the spine. And again, inhale, open. So the legs stay super still. We're just moving a little bit in the spine and the torso. Beautiful. Lovely, Cora. One more. Open. Take the arms wide. Inhale. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back to plank pose. Take a breath here. Drop down onto your knees. Drop all the way down onto your torso. Inhale, open. Exhale, roll down. Press back, knees wide. Find some space in extended child's. Root to rise, coming up to all fours, tucking your toes, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, and at the bottom of your exhale, step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, hands on shins, look forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise, take your hands up over your head. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. And we're going to come into a little balancing pose. So if you have a strap, you can use the strap, but there's no need. You don't have to use the strap. I'll show you other versions and you may not need it. So version 1, we're going to lift the right leg or the left leg, just remember, and bring your hands around your shins. So you're balancing on the other leg, okay? And you can stay with the leg bent and you can bring the leg out to the side by holding on here. Option 2 is to take a strap or a dressing gown cord and place it around the ball of the foot and extend from here. Option 3, if you're feeling quite open this morning, is to take hold of the foot and extend. Okay, so it doesn't matter if the knee's a little bit bent, just working with the torso and bringing the shoulders back. So take whatever version feels right for your body this morning. I'm going to use the strap today. It doesn't matter if we wobble, it doesn't matter if we fall. And wherever you are, just take a moment, and there can be quite a lot of slack on your strap, and just find your breath, find your center. So this is standing on one leg is really good for the brain. It's also very grounding. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose, and then take your leg out to the side. Beautiful. We're also building strength in the legs. And it's fine, Cora, if the leg just comes up a little way, it's fine. You can even take more slack. Beautiful. Coming back to the center. Option to switch hands and try, I often fall when I do this, to come the other side. Try and stay in your center and your breath. And then come back to the center. Take both hands on the strap. An option to just see if you can draw the leg a little bit towards you with both hands. Beautiful. Ria's daughter. So good. And then release. Take a little shake. Other side. So we want the strap around the ball of the foot. Okay, even strap. You may need to bend that knee to get your balance. That might help you a little bit, Cora. Then take the strap into the left hand, hand onto hip. See if you can straighten the leg, but it doesn't matter where you are. And then just roll the shoulders back and down so the back and the spine is nice and straight. Take a couple of breaths here. Find your center. And if you have flat feet, this is much harder as well. So just see where you're at. You may even need to use the wall for support. Take the leg out. And you can always take tree pose. Beautiful. Find your breath. Lovely. And often one side is harder for us than the other. Come back to the center, staying present in your breath. Option to change hands, work into a little twisty variation. Beautiful. This is really good for the brain, so good to do before school. And then bring in both hands around the strap. Have a little play. Ooh. Opening the hamstrings and then releasing your leg. Have a little shake. Well done. And then we're going to come down onto the mat. So option to just come down to seated, or to have a little play with coming into a little chair and then seeing if you can come down, even coming up onto your tiptoes to have a little play to come down that way. And then just take a moment here. And then we're going to either just release back from here or use your hands. So you're going to come back and then extend the legs. So we're going to have a little tiny bit of core before we come into relaxation. So option to have both feet down and to release the arms from here, or option to take that block again, actually place it in between the thighs, or just squeeze the thighs together and lift the legs. You don't have to use the block. So see where you're at. Okay, the feet may come down or the legs may come up. So we're just going to come into our boat. See how you feel. Really squeeze the legs together so you're activating the pelvic floor muscles. And then from here, we're going to start to find a little bit of movement back and forth, just activating the core. It's January. And then see where you are. You may need to put the feet on the floor. This is too strong for the low back. 3, 2, and 1. And then just place the feet down. So again, option to work with the feet down for this, and then just do a little twist like this with the hands side to side, or to lift the legs again, squeezing the thighs together. So see what feels right for your body. Take a breath, roll the shoulders back. We're going to move from side to side. Just moving the top of the torso. Little bit of movement before we come down onto our mats. 3, 2, and 1. If you want a final little extra hard bit, then straighten the legs. Ah! And then we're going to lie back down on our mat. So lying all the way down. Really want to honor your time today. So lying down onto your mats. Bring your knees into your belly and take a little rock from side to side. And then let's take our left foot on the floor, right foot over the left knee, and hold around the left shin and draw that leg in just for a couple of breaths. Feel that beautiful stretch along the outside of the right leg and into the glute, and then extend that left leg up to the sky. Option to draw your hands down to the ankle and just take a breath, drawing that leg in, breathing into that stretch. Beautiful here. And then change sides. So the left foot comes over the knee, hold around the shin or the thigh. Just take a little stretch, a nice one for the low back. One more breath. Exhale it out, feeling balanced. And then straightening the leg, drawing your hands down to the ankle. Just take a little breath, releasing into the hamstring. Beautiful. Bring the right foot onto the floor and the left, and then draw both legs in. Just take another little rock from side to side. Any little adjustments that you need. And then we're going to come into our final relaxation. So extending the legs, letting the feet drop out. Just connecting to your breath. Just allowing yourself this little couple of minutes to assimilate your practice today. Nice deep, slow breaths. And starting to become aware of your breath. And placing your hands onto your heart and just connecting back to your intention. Or if you don't have an intention, just inviting more balance into your life. Or breathing in balance, letting go of tension. Final breath. And then start to stretch the arms, stretch the feet. Inhale, exhale, draw the knees into the belly and just rock over to your right hand side. And then slowly make your way up to seated. Let's place one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly. And just take a moment to feel grateful for this day, for this hour, for yourselves, for getting up this morning to do this yoga practice. And we'll close out with one Om, 3 Shantis today. Shanti means peace, peace, world peace, peace for those we love. And then a little higher one where we bring the head in and we say peace for ourselves. Start with an Om. Om. Shanti. 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 Namaste. Thank you, lovely ladies. Thank you, thank you.